Stitch Cuties, I'm Brittany with Stitches of Love Quilting, and in this video we are going to make our second block of our Happy Place quilt using our embroidery machine. So first up, you as always will read through your patterns and the instructions, and a few tips for getting started. Of course, iron your background fabric. And then you can see my two little piles off to the side. I have read through the instructions, and in the order of appearance of the pieces, I've put them in that numerical order, so I'm ready to go with my steps. Now, when it comes to our 3 hearts, pieces 6, 7, and 8, you can reference the front of your pattern here for the pictures to make sure you get the right print in the right order. Now, on the embroidery machine, all 3 hearts are stitched in the same color. So if you put your hearts in a different order, it won't matter, but do reference the picture so you can make it look like the quilt, right? And so let's get started. I have loaded my machine with a white thread, and I've gone on and stitched the first step, which is a T in the center of our hoop. So to get my background fabric ready, as I said, it is pressed, and we're gonna fold it in quarters. So just in half and in half, and then we're gonna get it in place. So you can put it on any corner and unfold. Doesn't matter which way you're going, but you're just unfolding it in the center, and that way you know that your background fabric is centered. I'm gonna do just a little press because I don't want that little fold. And now I'm gonna use my sew tights to hold this in place. So I'm just gonna do one at the very bottom edge down here. Oh, I was out of camera, sorry about that. I'll show you how they work in case you haven't seen the sew tights. They're just magnets instead of pens or instead of tape. And I just do it right at the very, very edge, holding my fabric. You can do in the 4 corners if you want. I'm just doing it at the top and bottom. So we're gonna have a white thread on our machine for the first step, and our machine is gonna outline our applique pieces 1 and 2, and then 6, 7, and 8. Alrighty, so we have our first round of applique placement guides. As always, I turn my hoop sideways so that it fits on my Steady Betty in my space, and I'm gonna simply slide my sew tights off and put them away. That way I don't have to worry about dodging them with my iron. There we go. And now we're gonna iron our applique pieces in place. So we're gonna start with piece number 1, which is our little chimney. You can see I just have every piece numbered, and then I lay them in order of appearance. So I have my little pile ready to go, and I think that makes life easy. And as always, they're just gonna be a perfect fit right inside your white stitched lines. Now we have our house. This is such a cute color. This is a dapple dot. It's just such a subtle little dot, and I love this color. It's very gentle. Now with this quilt, you know, the ones that I'm making in the tutorial, I'm gonna have a block of everything, and I was thinking I was gonna put it in my dressing room, but then I had this idea of actually how much fun it would be in my guest room downstairs in my house, because that room has blues in it, and this has a lot of blue. And then Mom thought it would be funny to be in the guest room. She was like, that's kind of funny because you're saying home is my happy place, like you're sending your guests home. And I'm like, well, I'm not sending them home, but I am reminding them that while my home is comfortable, their home is more comfortable. So that's going to be my little funny in the guest room. So I think that's, I don't know, probably by the time I'm done with this, right, over the course of the year, I'll probably change my mind where I'm going to put it. But today I'm thinking guest room. I know just the wall. We have a map in our guest room with little pins of all the countries that Stephen and I have been to, which is fun, but it's like cork, and it's not, you know, it's not a work of art. It's not a beautiful piece. So while it's cool, I could move that, like, I don't know, to our little gym room or somewhere, you know, and put something a little more special in the guest room, like this quilt. So we'll see. I love to move stuff around. You do that in your house? I rearrange, like I'll put art in different rooms and move pictures around and quilts around. I think it's a lot of fun. Keep it fun. I love to decorate. In my next life, I want to be a interior decorator. But an interior decorator without a budget. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be super fun for like crazy celebrities. Okay, in any case, I'm talking about all kinds of stuff. I need to talk about what I'm doing. So now this is what your hoop should look like. You have, again, pieces 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're gonna continue with white thread for the next step and get our second and also our last round of applique pieces outlined. Alrighty, so we have our second round of applique outlines. So we're gonna finish building our house. We're gonna put our roof on. Is that not the cutest check? I love this check. It's a Lori Holt check. Can't tell you the name or the color of it because I will say these checks have what I call weird skews. Like a lot of the skews that we use, I can memorize, but these are named after people. The checks are, and so for the life of me, I cannot remember the color and what they're called. But they're adorable, and that's really all that matters, right? So we're putting our door in. It's going to line up perfectly on the bottom with your house. And now the little heart will go in place. These are paparazzis, these dots. Super fun print. Kind of newish from Riley Blake. I would say it came out late 23, early 24. Forget exactly when it came out, but adorable. Okay, so now take a look. Everything is ironed on. So for the next few steps, which would be steps 12 through 15 on your pattern, you can leave the hoop on your machine. You're simply going to be changing thread colors. I'm going to take my hoop on and off so that we can look at what's stitching. So with that being said, let's load 1130 dark brown and get the first color stitched on. And now your chimney is stitched. It's time to change our thread color now to 1307 petal pink, and our door, our house, and our roof will be stitched. Alrighty, so now your house and your roof are stitched. A second ago, I said your door was gonna stitch. I'm totally wrong. Your door is gonna stitch the same color as your hearts, which is coming up right now. So now we'll load 1169 Bayberry Red. Y'all were probably like, Brittany, what are you talking about? My pattern says something different. Well, the pattern in the embroidery file's right. I just misspoke. So now we're gonna load 1169 and your door will stitch now along with your 3 super cute hearts. So cute, your little door is stitched, and look at your 3 hearts, all 3 stitched. Now we're on our very last color change. We're gonna load 0567 Butterfly Gold, and the last thing to stitch will be the little heart on the center of the house. And as easy as can be, you're done with your block. How simple is that? So let's take a look, top to bottom. Super cute. This is block 2 of Happy Place. So now you are ready to trim. Let me give you a little tip on trimming. You are going to trim it to 8.5 inches squared, and I highly recommend using the Cute Cuts ruler, and you'll use your applique placement guide. Let me grab mine as a guide, so you can put this underneath your block, put it on a light pad if you want, and I just mark the little corners. I put it in place. You'll tear away all your stabilizer, but I put it in place over my placement guide. I put my ruler in place, mark a little corner as a placement, then you can put it on your cutting mat and trim it down. But do make sure that you use a ruler to trim and measure to that 8.5 inches, and that of course you remove all of your stabilizer before trimming. So that's it for block 2. Let's get ready to make block 3 next month. Happy stitching.